Hey everyone, I am Yvette Lloyd. I am here to give you so many tips and tricks and self care ways, boundaries, anything that you could think of about childcare. I have been in the childcare business for about 15, 16 years now, and I know how it can be a headache. You have your ups, you have your downs, and everything. And even around this time, in childcare since the pandemic. A lot of daycare centers have been closing, a lot of people have been opening, a lot of people are shifting over to home daycares instead of building daycares of out of commercial buildings. So we just here to talk about all of that. However, first and foremost, I do want to touch base on like self care secrets and balancing your daycare business and your personal well being. Because during these trying times of everyone trying to run their business and everything, you are going through a lot, if from your personal life even to your business life, of you dealing with staff, you dealing with parents, you dealing with children, then on the other side you dealing with a husband, you dealing with a wife, you dealing with family members, children, everything. We deal with a lot. So running a daycare business can be incredibly rewarding, but it can also be a physically and emotionally demanding. And I'm telling y'all, over the years, I have been on a serious emotional roller coaster when it comes to the business. A lot of times, my summers are better than my winters. And I never knew that as I was growing into the daycare business until I actually like noticed it. I'm like, okay, so I make more money in the summer, so I need to save and spend wisely when it comes to the summertime so I can be prepared for the winters. And winters is kind of different here in Ohio where I'm at because of the weather. And a lot of people not trying to bring their kids out in the weather. They want to keep them home and just it's just different. So in the winter times the enrollment tends to decrease a lot and they don't bring their children to daycare anymore. And that's why it's crucial for you to prioritize your self-care. And so what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to share a lot of self-care secrets and help you balance your daycare business and personal well-being. And at first, I want to establish the clear boundaries, set specific work hours, and stick to them. And this will ensure you that you will have time for yourself outside of running a daycare. Remember, it's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay to not basically have additional requests and might jeopardize your self-care routine. So you can't jeopardize your routine too much and get yourself off balance of anything so that you will stay on task. Setting boundaries is like extremely important, and establish a clear operation hours and stick to them and avoid overextending yourself. A lot of times we find ourselves overextending ourselves and giving ourselves too much to bear. And that that will like have you suffering from a lot. And having clear communication in your policies to the parents regarding the drop off and pickup times and even late fee charges. And this also helps because especially if you in an in-home daycare, this helps on when you can wake up and start your day. You can end your day, you can give yourself a break and have a staff to come in to during those times. um, Also, if you have a building, a commercial, it also help for you to strategize on how to have your staff schedules as well, so you can prioritize your time in that way. A lot of parents have to be specific. I have my parents fill out sheets every time I notice a shift change. If they start to pick them up later, drop them off earlier, things of that nature. Like for instance, I have a parent. I open my center at 6 a.m. So a lot of times I don't get any kids at 6 a.m. So during that time at 6 a.m. when I don't get any kids at all, I go to the gym. So when I go to the gym, by the time I get there, I know kids gonna end up rolling in, but I already took a shower, got myself dressed, everything. I'm ready. So that's another great thing to have when you have your schedule, when you had your boundaries set, and parents already know, okay, so Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm going to drop off Kelly at this time. Okay, perfect. So I know at those two times I will not be going to the gym. So you have to set those boundaries so the parents will know what to do so that you are there at all times. And that's what I normally do for my parents. A lot of times, a lot of my kids don't get there until about 8 a.m. So, but when them schedules do change, they need to know exactly where they need to go and what needs to happen so that I know how to prioritize my time. Delegate responsibilities, hire and train competent staff to help with daily tasks and responsibilities, delegate administrative duties, and consider outreach tasks like payroll and accounting. Just make sure all of those are on point. I use QuickBooks is everything. It's so detailed. Nothing will be unorganized, and you could easily have your accountant manage it and everything, and it take a lot off your plate from you being able to do those certain things. It's just different ways on you will be able to keep in touch with your staff and making sure that their schedules are good, make sure they come to work on time, sick days, vacation days, all of that. Take regular breaks. Um, Breaks are very, very important. A lot of people can get overwhelmed when it comes to kids. When it comes to staff, if your staff not getting along with each other, and that's very important that they do get along with each other, and you'll call in for meetings and things of that nature. But a break is always needed with your staff because they could get very frustrated and they will want to quit. They no longer will want to work for you or nothing. I could say the most difficult thing as far as when it comes to staffing and breaks and things of that nature, just staffing overall, is probably staff pay. So a lot of staff will consider a whole lot of money when they're working, and a lot of them do deserve it. However, us as childcare workers, some of us can't afford to um, give staff that much of pay. So we lose good staff a lot of times, and that's what's been happening lately. Or a lot of people don't want to come in and work after you hire them because of the pay. So that part is like really, really difficult at this point right now in 2023. So it's very different. um Maintain your work life and balance it. Separate your work and personal life to avoid constantly thinking about daycare. Spend quality time with your family and friends and recharge emotionally, which is extremely important. This is important because you don't want to talk about work all the time, and you have to learn how to spend time with your family. It's hard to separate the two, but you have to separate the two because you got to give yourself a break. And a lot of times, also, as well, it's best to keep your family, your personal life, and work life separate, especially from staff. You don't want to get close to your staff and have them all in your home business. You got to keep that separate. You got to keep your personal life personal when it comes to that. They shouldn't know much at all. And I will also recommend you not to even be Facebook friends with them either. It's best for you to just keep your own personal things going on because people will start to feel entitled. They start to feel obligated for different things, and they start to be judgmental and critique a lot of things that you do. So it's best for you to just keep your private life private when it comes to staff, because after so long, some people don't mean well. It's just what it is. We have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to things of that nature. And a lot of times when things start not to go their way, or you want to basically reset y'all's relationship and things of that nature, it'll be easier to reset when you're not when you don't have a personal relationship with them than you having a than you not having a personal relationship with them. So it's best for you to just keep a lot of that separate. Um Also, I wanted to talk about like self-care practices. Make self-care a priority, and then also think of like hobbies and exercises. Like Pilates is amazing. Pilates is amazing. Yoga is amazing. Working out is amazing. Bike trails are really amazing. Uh, Different walks are amazing. Just a lot of those things are super amazing, and making sure you get enough sleep. So make sure you have the energy and everything. Y'all see, I probably just yarned probably like 4 times video in this because I am tired. And it is like literally 12 noon. But I got up this morning and I went to the gym about 5:30 a.m. The first kid started coming in about 7:45. They started coming in, and then after that, just kids just start rolling in. Probably about 9, like I'd say about 8:30. I had about 6 kids already at my in-home center. And then at 9 o'clock I have a staff come in, and then 10 o'clock I have another staff come in. And then after they come in, I'm able to leave and have my free time. And this is my free time now, which I'm at my podcast studio because I do podcasting as well. So I do that on the side. It's called Life Her Podcast. So with me doing that on the side, I'm tired. But I'm more mentally tired than anything. Whew. Sorry, y'all. So I'm more mentally tired than anything, but I just love transparency. I love honesty. I love for you guys to get an authentic feel of the childcare business. This is me. This is who I am, and this is who I'm always going to be. And I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you and help you any kind of way possible. Another thing I'm gonna proceed on. Another thing is seek support. Build a network for your daycare providers and business owners and everything. I like I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I don't want to be in competition with other daycare business owners. Some of them be in competition. I don't be feeling that at all. It's not that serious to me. Um, but it's good to find more of a veteran in a childcare business. Excuse me, y'all. Told you I'm tired. But maybe it's better to find someone that's been in the childcare business, I could say about 10 or 15 years plus, to actually help you. Maybe somebody fresh that can help you. I don't know, but you just want to avoid the competition because it's ridiculous. Sometimes it's not even that serious. You just really want to be able to talk to somebody and vent to them about your challenges in childcare and let them know it's the simple things that you really want to talk about. But sometimes people just make it bigger than what it really is supposed to be, and you want to keep it like just plain and simple. So you can consider joining the industry association. The experience of gaining the insight of childcare and everything. They have different associations where you could join and communicate with other childcare business owners. But just make sure you're talking to the right person, because some people just not genuine, and some people just they do hateful things, and I don't want to see you guys get yourself involved in that. Just I mean, I find it safer to just watch YouTube because you ain't got to worry about too much, and you can feel that person out, and then you could do a consultation with that person or something. But sometimes it's hard to figure out who's genuine and who's not in the daycare field as far as you seeking some sort of support. Um I I would say also just promote heavy as far as when it comes into marketing. Time management, use effective time management techniques such as creating a to-do list to set priorities. Imitate routine tasks and use software tools for scheduling and record keeping, which I've already told y'all about. QuickBooks and everything. I don't have a big center. I just have an in-home daycare. So I use this thing. It's called Time Station. So I use Time Station for my staff to clock in and out. And it's pretty dope because they could clock in and out from it even with a QR code, or they could also type in their own password to clock in. And the dope thing about it, it adds up their pay throughout the whole week, and I can send it right over to the accountant to add it up and give them their check. Everything is like pretty cool that way. I really like it, long as they stay on task with it. Stay informed, keep up to date with the changes in childcare regulations and best practices, and attend relevant workshops, seminars, and training to enhance your skills. This is like extremely important. They're always sending out updates when it comes to childcare. You never know what's going on. I'm also in another few childcare groups on Facebook, which some of them can get a little bit messy, but a lot of them is pretty cool when you learning, and it's a lot of informative information coming. And also it's cool because you have them in your own state, so you can find different childcare Facebook groups for your state, and they can always send in when they have new child regulations and licensing rules that have been up to date, so you could keep track of that. And also, if you have a child care resource center, make sure you have a relationship with someone there, and they can always share you the updates and changes. And when it comes to workshops and seminars and things of that nature, the Early Childhood Resource Center will have those resources for you, and will have a lot of classes and things that will be ready for you to take. Financial management is extremely important in the side of the like financial system to monitor your expenses, revenue, and profits, which I was saying bookkeeping. It keeps track of all of that stuff. Practice compassion. Like, understand that you may make mistakes and encounter different challenges when it comes to daycare. In the past I have made a mistake before. I forgot to pick up a kid from the bus station. Not the bus station. I forgot to pick the kids up at a kid at the bus stop. The mother was pissed, and I don't blame her for being pissed. I hope I held myself accountable when I prayed that the child was safe, which the child was safe. But this is like when I first started. Like, this was like my first second year starting in childcare. These are mistakes that cannot happen. I never made that same mistake twice. It happened, and luckily it was my friend's kid. At that, my friend was upset for me with me for years when it came to that. And I don't blame her, but I held myself accountable for it. And I felt really bad because I didn't intentionally mean to do it. And a lot of times, some of us don't intentionally mean it. But that's when I had to reevaluate myself, what I was doing. And I had too much on my plate to actually do it. And I shouldn't have done it in the first place when I knew the length of my schedule in a length of time that I did not have to actually do it. So that's like very important. And even to this day, even though it happened like 15 years ago, it's still hurtful. Because I didn't mean to do it. But these are the things that we have to be precautious about and not make these mistakes. and we got to hold ourselves accountable. Even like I was looking at a different article where it was a daycare center. I think it was like in New York, and it was the parents kids first day at daycare, and a baby overdosed on fentanyl. Like, how do you get drugs in the daycare center, or who had drugs there? How did the baby get it? It's like so many questions. But that parent trusted you to drop their kid off, and for them to come back and their kid is gone after their first day, like that's just insane. That's just heartbreaking. And that's the thing where you can't align yourself up with the wrong people. You have to always make sure and check your staff, check your areas, just make sure you checking things, because the safety of these kids, oh my God, it is so important, especially with the rise of trafficking, childcare. Childcare could be even involved with the trafficking and things of that nature. Just we just don't know, but we have to still be precautious about it. Make sure that they are safe. Make sure we are safe, and make sure everything is secure. And it comes with a lot of compassion. It really do. Um, if you consult with a professional, and if you are overwhelmed or stressed, don't hesitate to seek help with with a therapist or a business coach. I do a lot of business coaching. When it comes to childcare business, is like extremely important for us to continue on and speak with someone that we trust and that will hold ourselves accountable and will be honest with us of what we are supposed to do and not supposed to do at the same time, because we got to hold ourselves accountable when it comes to dealing with children and taking care of them. Don't be asked to um don't be afraid to ask for help from qualified individuals, whether it's hiring an assistant or outsourcing certain responsibilities. This will give you more time to relax and recharge. You have to stay on task. You have to stay on board. You always have to grow. Each year in the childcare business, you are growing, not only mentally, but physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You are growing in every avenue possible for you to become a better business owner, a better person, and just better at what you do overall, especially when it comes to dealing with staff and these parents. It is so important that you take breaks throughout the day. Incorporate short breaks into your schedule to rest, stretch, and enjoy a healthy snack. This is to help you maintain your energy levels and prevent you from burning out. Like, you will be so burnt out. You'll be like, oh, I can't do this no more. And then you'll be ready to give up your whole business that you worked so hard for and everything. Just make sure you are getting to a point where you be like, okay, I need to pause and I need to sit down somewhere. Like, you have to. Engaging in hobbies or spending quality time with loved ones can be tremendous impact of overall well-being. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. That is just so important. It's not selfish. It's selfish for you, but just overall, you gotta keep it going. You gotta have it on point. um, be at your best. Like, your best isn't perfect, but learn from your mistakes. Um, Learning from your mistakes is like so important. It creates you to be so much better than who you were 24 hours ago. So just make sure you take care of your physical health and prioritize and regular exercise, and like I was saying, sleeping and food and just different things. Like, y'all, it's so hard. And even like the different experiences of taking breaks when it comes to dealing with parents, Like that could be difficult too. Everybody has their own parent styles, how they raise children and everything, and we have to respect it. But excuse me, but we also have to understand, like, look, I can't deal with this no more. You got to know when it's that child's time up or that parent's time up, so you don't have to deal with it anymore. But you have to play by the rules as far as writing up and warnings and third strikes and stuff like that. But it's hard. It's really hard. So I just really want you guys to understand that just take your time in this childcare field. Just balancing it out everything. I do a lot of self-care. It took me years to figure out exactly what self-care is. I didn't know what that was. I really didn't care because I was so busy trying to make a difference and trying to do the right thing and trying to make the right moves and making sure everybody is okay. But now it's to a point I'm gonna make sure everybody's okay, but I have to be okay to be able to run a proper business. You're not gonna be able to run your business if you're not okay. Somebody else is gonna run it. So you have to make sure that you're cool. You a lot of times you do come first, but you got to make sure that you are great in your well-being for you to be able to make that difference that you are trying to make. And remember your why. Always remember why you started. Why are you continuing to help these families and do different things for them, because it's extremely important. And I want you to always know that it's important to always have that and be able to do those things that you're supposed to do when it comes to these families. um, but if you guys have any questions or anything, please always comment below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you just let me know different things that you want me to talk about and touch base with. I'm upfront. It's no sugarcoating with me. I'm going to always let you know what's right and what's wrong in my eyes. If you disagree, that's fine. I respect it. Just let me know what you disagree about, and I'll give you my opinion as well. But just know that self-care matters. Balance your business life from your personal life, and always have the lines of communication and have that support there, and let people support you. Let people be able to help you. Make sure you get the right team that could be having your back, because you're going to need it. So thank you y'all so much. Please subscribe, and I hope this video had helped you. I apologize for me being so sleepy. I probably yarned about 6 times already, but I'm about to take a nap in my studio and I am out of here. All right, thanks. Peace out, y'all.